What's up guys, 007 here, and we are mid-maintenance on the RS. I did have an issue where the trunk was getting some water leaking in, and I think I found the culprit, and that's these JDM taillights. So these taillights did not come on the USDM cars. We got the one with the amber turn signals, and this one just has that cleaner red and silverish white look to it. I always liked these, but the previous owner or whoever it was before me that put these on didn't seal them properly, and that's resulting in a lot of water getting into the trunk. And as you can see, one of the previous owners like epoxied this rust spot up because I guess water was pooling up in here. Very common with these cars. Also, another common issue with these cars is that the little hoses for expelling water from the, I guess, the roof of the car, one of those will pop out and water will collect in those pockets on the left and right side of the vehicle. This part right here, as you can see, they put on the taillights without putting a brand new gasket or just butyl seal. So I do have some butyl tape that I'll be using to seal that up. I'm also doing an oil change on the car because we do have issues passing smog. It's just a common thing and theme with these old Japanese vehicles. So we're gonna do that right now, and hopefully this guy will be up and running in no time and not leaking any water into the interior and the trunk. Let's get to it. So while I've got the oil draining out in the front, I'm going to tackle this butyl issue in the back. It looks like the previous owner just took off the original taillights and plopped on these JDM ones that we have here without cleaning off the butyl. So the correct way to do this is you're supposed to clean off all of the original material, get this all nice and spiffy, and then put on that new butyl tape around the edges or a gasket. I believe this car from the factory just used butyl, so that's what I'm going to be using. And once we get that on, we'll push on the new JDM tail lamps and seal it from the elements so we won't have any leaks coming in through there. At least if we got leaks coming in from other areas, I'll fix those as I find them, but this one seemed to be the biggest leak that I had from what I could tell. This is the butyl tape that I got. Pretty straightforward, comes in a roll like this. We're just gonna cut the amount that we need and put it on the taillight. So the eBay seller that I bought this from, in their all-encompassing wisdom, decided to wrap the tape in paper. So the paper that comes off of it is great, it's not sticking to it. But the paper that they put around all of this is just clinging to the butyl tape. See all the paper that's not coming off of it? We're gonna have to cut that off a little bit later. This guy was also rattling. Turns out completely loose on this end. So I'm just gonna tighten up those screws as well. Okay, with one tail light done, let's move over to the oil and see how we're doing over here. Gotta take off the oil filter now. Usually a pain on these cars. I don't know why. Every time I hand tighten them properly, and then they're absolutely impossible to get off. So let's see how we do. There she be. Come on, Sev. All those hours in the gym.
6 hours later.
All right, please don't spray oil everywhere.
Awful.
If I sing to it gently, it might just listen. Oh, maybe I'll just do this until enough of it drips out. Yeah, that's what I'll do. New Subarus actually have these guys in the engine bay, and it's facing upwards, which means when you drain the oil, all the oil comes out of the filter itself. Really convenient. All right, buddy, you're coming down. Oh God, cover yourself, son. That's disrespectful. In standard fashion, we're gonna take some oil and put it on the seal. Now this Wix oil filter is much larger than the standard Subaru oil filter. It turns out that over the years, Subaru has kind of cheaped out and brought this production from Japan to domestic. And a lot of people have complained about there being some type of like plastic mechanism on the inside rather than metal. And I've heard that this Wix filter actually has a metal, like the original Japanese made ones. We're gonna get that nice and tight so we don't get any leaks, but hand tightened. I don't know why I always set myself up for having the sun directly on me, because the sun sets in the west and rises in the east, sets in the west. Yes, so that's the west. That's the sun setting. It's been over there the entire day, which means this would have been in the shade. A lot easier. I guess I just like making my life more difficult. Yo, that's gnarly. Now, with all the oil out of the car, I'm gonna refill it with some full synthetic while checking for leaks from the drain plug and the oil filter. Today's flavor of the day is 5W30 full synthetic from Castrol and some Mosquitoes for good measure. Now, I'm gonna fill up about 4 quarts and then I'm gonna check the level. Technically, this car takes around 4 1/4, but I don't know, reading from the dipstick on this guy is a little difficult sometimes. No, mosquito, don't come here. Don't come any closer. Anyway. Oh my god, how are they so big? I wonder if they're attracted to the fresh oil smell, or it's just me and they want to have some blood.
NANI?! A few moments later.
Now that we've let it sit for a bit, we've let the oil drain back into the pan. I'm going to check the oil level and see if I need to add any oil. It's just standard procedure for an oil change. It's just with these dipsticks, for whatever reason, on these older cars, sometimes it's really difficult to read the level. And it looks like we're just about full. Yeah, see, this one has a lot more of the butyl on there. Look at that. Definitely way more than that side. This side, the right side, almost didn't have any at all. Previous owners. What are you gonna do about them? This one's coming off in almost one piece. Which tells me this one was probably sealed and then they forgot to do the right side for whatever reason. That's always fun. Yummy. Oh, looks like this is loose here too. That explains the rattling. We'll fix you right up, laddie. We'll fix you right up. While we're replacing the taillight gasket on the driver's side, I do want to address the fact that changing the oil on this car won't necessarily help it pass smog, but it will allow the car to run a bit smoother, which may help me pass smog. I've already tried cleaning out the catalytic converter, as well as replacing both O2 sensors on the front and rear of the catalytic converter. We also did have an exhaust leak that I fixed, so if none of those work, then the next logical step is to buy a new catalytic converter. But I kind of feel like that's a waste, since if we STI swap this car, the entire exhaust is going to get changed as well. Okay, this is way too many mosquitoes. Let's go in here. All right, guys, we're back inside the RS right now and away from all those pesky mosquitoes, which I'm probably going to be itching from for a few days from now. Just part of the job, really. Hopefully it's all tidied up and we don't get any water leaks in the trunk anymore. And hopefully the car runs a little smoother now. A lot of hopefullys here so we can get it to pass smog. Right now I have that pesky P0420.
Nice.
It's notorious. If you just type in Subaru P0420, it's going to be a host of forum posts of people trying to figure out how to fix that issue. It's mainly related to the catalytic converter, which unfortunately here in California, it's very difficult to find a catalytic converter because if it's not CARB approved, the parts actually won't ship to California. So the only way to really get a new catalytic converter that's not CARB approved is to get it shipped out of state and then either pick it up yourself or have somebody else bring it to you. It's just so bizarre that we have to deal with this stuff as car enthusiasts. It's like, if the emissions are clean, it should be fine. Why does it need that CARB sticker on there or CARB stamp? Whatever, I'm ranting at this point. I've dealt with smog in California for a very long time, especially with the 8.6 and now with this car. So it's become a thing that I'm just having to grow accustomed to at this point. And I haven't forgotten about you guys with the 8.6. I know a lot of people are watching my channel for 8.6 content, and there's a lot of big changes that are coming for that very soon. The car's going in for paint next month, so I have a lot of prep work to do. I'm going to record that and show you guys the process of what it's going to take and the work that's going to get done to that car. Lots of cool stuff, so stay tuned. If you're new to the channel, make sure to watch the backlog of content on the 8.6. I think I have like 16 videos at this point for that car, so a lot of things are leading up to I think we're about 80% done. I want to say 85% done. And that final 15% is really what's going to tie everything together and make it look like all the time and money that we've spent on that thing, because it's really insane at this point. Eventually, I know I promised you guys a full build of that car with prices and all that, so that's going to be coming after we get the car painted and the pretty much everything done with that car. I'll wrap it up with a video of that sort to show you guys what it really takes to build a project car like that. I really never anticipated spending that much time and money. That car I bought to take to the racetrack and have fun with after doing a small amount of work, but it's really ballooned into more than double what I ever dreamed of spending on that car, both time and money wise. So stay tuned for those videos, and if you like this video, please leave a like. If you loved it, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. It's coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys, and peace out.